So communication is such a huge topic. Like, there's so many layers to it. And I'm not going to try and just lump it all together and say, you guys should create lots of great communication within your relationship. No, there's like lots of different aspects to it. And today I want to just sort of touch on the difference in the way men and women want to be communicated with and how they receive communication, particularly in times of need. Hey, how you doing? It is Daisy Chuako, your marriage and relationship coach. Let's talk a little bit about communication. The other day I put in my Facebook group and I asked them, I actually did a poll and I asked them what was the aspect about marriage and relationship that you need the most help with. And not by far and away, but the large majority said communication. Over trust, over passion and romance, over intimacy and all of that. Communication came up trumps. Is that what you say? Came up at the top, basically. So I promised them that I would do and provide more content to help them with communication. And then I thought, you know what, let me just offer this to my YouTube community as well. Why not? So those times when we're maybe down or we're in a difficult situation or something has happened and maybe we're not happy and we're upset and we reach to our partners, maybe even we've stopped reaching to our partners because we've not been operating in the way that makes great communication flourish in our relationship. But this video is to really help you to understand this. And I really believe, because many people come to me about this particular subject, that this is going to help you. So, a lot of the times when a woman, let's start with the females, right? Wifeys. A lot of times when a woman is in a difficult situation, she's upset about something, frustrated, hurt down, and she reaches to her partner. One of the mistakes that our male counterparts make is going straight into problem-solving mode. Now, I know why you do this. This is part of your makeup. But it's important for you to understand that the female leads with emotions, right? It's pretty much emotions first, logic and reason second, okay? I'm generalizing a bit there, so if there are any women who really don't lead with their emotions, forgive me. But for the most part, that's what we do. We kind of feel the feels first, and then when we get past that, we can allow logic and reason to flourish. So she's feeling how she's feeling, she's expressing it to you, you come straight with the logic and the reason and the problem solving. Straight away, her walls go up. Because what happens is that she then feels like her emotions are not in a safe place. She can't express how she feels. She cannot feel the way she needs to feel in this season, and that you just don't have space for it. So when you come straight away with, this is what you need to do, this is the problem solved, right? Okay, great. Shut down the tears, pick yourself up, and let's keep it moving. What you're saying is your feelings are not validated here, they're not safe here, and in fact, we don't have time for them. Whereas it's so important for a woman to feel like she has the space to express how she feels. That might be why she leans more to talking to her girlfriends about the things that she's going through than you. And if you want to be that person that she runs to in those sorts of times when she's feeling the feels, because she does want to go to you with it, then you have to create a space for her where it's all right for her to have that moment, have that day of just feeling what she's feeling. Once she's gotten past that bit, then she's open to receive the problem solving and the advice and the support and everything else that you want to offer to her. But in the immediate time, what she wants from you is some empathy, right? Is you listening, like really listening to her. Is you creating a space where she can just express all these feelings and it's okay. Maybe just for you to hold her and just allow her to pour out, be her comfort. Then after that, you can be her problem solver. Okay, so on the flip side of that, something that women need to understand about your husband, your partner, is that they naturally operate from a place of logic and reason. However, they do not want you to tell them what to do. That's not actually the reason that they're coming to you with this issue, with this situation. What they are coming to you for is some advice, your beautiful feminine wisdom, right? But that's where it needs to end. See, the moment that you go from, I'm offering you some advice and I'm just giving you some words of wisdom to help you solve this problem, right? So that's what the male part wants. They want the problem solved pretty quickly, right? So I'm going to give you this advice and I'm going to offer you up these words of wisdom to help you solve the problem. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. So there's a point where it changes, right? So here's what I think. Here's what I would do. Here's my word of wisdom. Here's even my encouragement. But then at that point, where we can go left is when we start to say, this is what you should do, right? You have to do this. And if they have any other ideas, or they say, well, I need to think about it, or they act in a different way, then we start to push it on them, right? You really have to do it this way. This is the way you have to do it. Now you're telling me what to do, right? Now you're telling me what to do, and now I'm going to shut down because my ego is shouting at me. My ego is shouting at me, okay? And so I have found when it comes to even my own husband, he receives my words and my advice much more openly when I give it as just that. It's just words of advice, just words of wisdom, but I trust you to make the right choice. Now, here's the trick for long-term communication improvement. Right? Here's the trick to ensure that he always comes back to seek from you, is that even when he chooses his own path, which everybody's allowed to do, right? Everybody's allowed to do that. There isn't a sense of, and you never say to him, I told you so. You should have done it my way. Woof, the ego goes, right, I'm never going to ask her anything again. And that's how we start to build this relationship where hubby is very, very reluctant to share his problems because number one, he doesn't want you to tell him what to do. And number two, he doesn't want to hear the, I told you so, you got it wrong, you should have listened to me. Nobody wants to hear that. And wifey doesn't express how she's truly feeling in a situation. She'll rather go and talk to somebody else because hubby hasn't created a space for her to express how she feels for the time that she needs to feel it before trying to take the bull by the horns, and solve the problem straight away. Now, what happens when we start to communicate with each other according to what we need? I need some space to feel emotions. I need some advice, but don't tell me what to do. I need you to trust that I can make my own decisions. Then we create this space where both people feel like it's okay. I have this place that I can talk, I can express myself, I can share my worries, I can share my concerns, I can share my problems, right? Openly and freely, right here in this relationship. But when we have a pattern of operating in the opposite way to that, all we do is shut each other down. Now, it would be amazing if you could go away and have a look at your communication styles, particularly in those situations where it's, oh, we've got a bit of a problem, or I'm feeling like this, or, I've got this situation to deal with. Think about how you've always approached your partner. So if you're a husband listening to this, do you always go straight in with the problem solving? And you know what? You would have heard your wife say to you, I just need you to listen, right? I just need you to listen. Or I just want you, I'm just telling you, that's what she's saying to you. You're a bit like, yeah, I'm trying to help you. And you've been lost as to why she's responding negatively to your help. Well, I've just told you why, right? And if you're a female, I want you to really consider, has my husband stopped coming to me with his problems? And have I heard him saying, don't tell me what to do? Or don't treat me like a baby? Don't treat me like one of the kids. That's a clue that maybe you're a little bit forceful with your advice. Maybe it's not quite advice, maybe it's you need to do this. All right, telling him what to do. Now, I have another video actually that's all about communication, 4 pillars of communication. I advise you to go and watch that next if what you're trying to do in this season is improve the communication in your relationship. But I will be back with another video looking at another aspect of communication so that you can improve those lines between you, okay? And listen, if you're really having problems in your relationship, as always, there is a link in the description where you can book a free 30-minute breakthrough call with me, and let's talk about your relationship, your marriage, what the issues are, and how one of my programs might be able to absolutely help you to bring radical transformation. I'll see you in the next video.